It's Kyle here. It's Friday, the 19th. I didn't know the date. The 19th of January. Um, Getting close to the end of January already. It's crazy. It's already been a great trading month. Getting off to the right start. Myself and students are just crushing it. So I'm just going to walk you guys through this morning, like what was going on in my mind, right? So most of you know who follow my channel, and who are either a student or just visiting, just seeing what I do, how I trade, trying to get some more knowledge. I'm trading off the higher time frames, right? So if you follow my Instagram, and here's the same problems we're having every day. Okay, the Wolf of Forex. This is my Instagram name. You guys can find me there. Um, you guys know that what I'm looking for is continuation of momentum, right? Because when you're trading the foreign exchange market, understanding that no matter what you do, no matter what leveraging you have, you're not going to change the way the trend goes, right? So a lot of people who focus on position trading or swing trading, like I have people on my Facebook, and they'll text me saying, "Man, it's you scalpers who are messing us up." It's no, it's 100% false. People who scalp, people who trade in general, just average people like yourself and I, we do not change the way the trend goes. We are not market makers. We are not major institutions. Nothing we do is going to change. If you've got $10 million, if you've got $10 billion on the line, you're still not going to change the way the trend moves unless you've got trillions of dollars. Okay, unless you're leveraging trillions of dollars, you are not making the chart move. So when we follow the higher time frames, like right now, this is a 15-minute time frame, so most of my entries are taken off the 15-minute time frame. But you can see that for trading based off in the morning, right? Like I like to trade first thing in the morning. I wake up, I assess the market. Does not take me long. Let's drop some zones. We don't have zones drawn up, right? Very solid support and resistance zones off of the 4-hour time frame. And then, of course, what do you see? We see, of course, we have a rally here. Boom. We've got just price using the 14 EMA kind of like as a dynamic support. It's just kind of getting ready to launch up through London. Here's all the way through London. And then hits the major resistance and then goes down, right? But we're asleep in this time. I'm asleep in this time. So the only thing that matters to me is what the 4 o'clock candle left off with in the morning. That's the only thing that matters to me, is what the 4 a.m. can or the 2 to 6 a.m. candle look like. That's the 4-hour candle, right? Every one of these candles on the 4-hour time frame is 4 hours, okay? So the only thing that matters is this. So I wake up. I actually woke up late today. Um, my alarm goes off at 5:30. I try to catch. I the beauty of the early morning is sometimes you're just left off with the easiest things. You're like, oh my god, that's just so easy, and you don't have to even think twice about entering off of the 4-hour time frame. This morning, I didn't get up till a little bit later. I did a little market assessment, and I said, okay, we're going down. Euro USD, we're going down. Check the currency meter. Let's see where the currency meter was at. The Japanese yen was just so strong, right? The euro did not have as much strength, right? Um, Excuse me, I'm trading Euro USD. The US dollar had more strength. The euro did not. When I'm using the currency meter, I'm 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 literally focusing on the easy trades. I know it sounds like weird, like, oh, forex is not easy, but the way that I trade, I use this currency meter as a cheat sheet. It literally cheats for me, right? It's literally a cheater. So when I'm looking at the currency meter and I'm seeing certain pairs, right? So the euro was weaker, the US dollar was much stronger. We can definitely see that off the 4-hour time frame, there was potential for bearish activity because of the rejection that we had from 2 a.m. till 6 a.m. in the morning, right? So of course it's Friday. The market's going to close very soon. And the daily still finished off super bullish too, right? So we could potentially have like a lower high here to keep it continuing on the low side, or because this daily is not going to finish, of course, until the end of the day. Then we have the weekend off. So what can potentially happen is this could just be liquidity coming down to continue up into momentum, and moving into Sunday, we can have a wick to fill, right? So the daily candle, in my opinion, is not as effective in the morning as it's going to be in the afternoon. Because, of course, the afternoon is when the new daily even opens. So you want to get kind of closer to that time period, right? So going from zone to zone, right? Looking at the 4 hour time frame, saying, okay, well, if we're going down, where's the next destination? Well, we look left, right? We just look left. We can see a bunch of times where price just touches this area, right? We can see this becomes like a nice solid zone here, right? Touches here, right? But then, of course, you see where these candles close. That's where I'm kind of wanting to draw my zone, because that's kind of where my profit target is, right? Because if it's going to drop, it's going to go down to these next areas. And, of course, from my entries to where I closed, let's do a pip count. In one candle, in one 15-minute candle. So I'm done, right? I get on, I assess the market, I make my entries, and I get out, right? All of this noise doesn't matter to me. All of this, we'll look what it did afterwards. It doesn't matter to me. All that matters is that I caught 25 pips per position, closed out at about 250 pips, right? That's all that matters to me. All that matters to me is understanding that if I'm following the higher time frame, I've got a strong rejection, and now I have a zone that we can go to. This is my potential zone. I didn't expect it to come so quickly. Honestly, I really didn't expect it to come so quickly, but it did. So we get in, we get out. So what does this look like? Like, well, Kyle, I don't understand how you entered, right? So what we know is when price is in momentum, let's say bearish, we're going to make lower highs and lower lows, right? Okay. All right, we're going to make lower highs and lower lows. So let's clone some of these. Right? Still ends up being lower high, much lower high. Tons of just rejection, telling us that we're going down, right? More lower highs, right? And then for my entry, lower high, because this ends up being my 2-1 con from here. But okay, so moving forward, let's make some lower lows now. Clone, 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 clone. All right, so now we got lower low. This becomes the new lowest low because it broke support, right? So if we see here, here's our support zone. Right, it was here, and then of course this is a nice, more solid one, but price broke through, right? Makes it another lower high. This ends up actually being like a lower high, and it goes down. This ends up being an overall lower high, but you can see price broke structure again, right? We break structure again. That's the previous, or that next support, if we're just looking at the 15-minute time frame. And of course, the way you're going to determine your proper zones is, of course, looking left, right? So most of the time when I'm drawing up zones, I'm looking at the hour time frame and the 4-hour time frame and the daily time frame. My zones are from the higher time frame, right? All my zones are from the higher time frame. But then when we're looking for how the market moves with the structure, that's where I'm trying to just draw up these zones, just showing you where that recent support is and how we broke it, right? So we end up breaking this. This support turns to resistance now. We broke through. You can see how we've just broken through. We make a little bit more rally. Another little dynamic support here. Okay, we have no more lower lows. Right? Anyways, going all the way through, right? So we know that we're in momentum. The higher time frame, was confirming it if we were trading at this time. I mean, I'm not trading at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm asleep. So I don't care about all this noise. The only thing that I care about is how all of this played out, which left me for the morning, right? So I wake up. I wake up 5:30. I wake up at 5:30, and to be honest, I still potentially, if I were to trade and I wasn't tired, I still could have got in and made some money. Because price still ends up making a lower high in rejection. It goes down. So clear momentum would have been even entering sells here. So still could have bagged 12 pips each in one 15-minute candle. That was right by 6 a.m. Literally. Here's 6 a.m. Literally the first 15-minute candle. Could have still bagged 12 pips per position just following clear momentum, right? I'm sure the 5-minute time frame may have made another like lower high. Yeah, so we've got right here. Right in this time, right? So we just have rejection, rejection. Now we have wick to fill going down. Like, why are we going up? This is by 555. Boom, we tank. Now we make a lower high and we go down. This becomes like 2-1 confirm like this, right? However, I was not awake. I was sleeping. So the brilliant thing about trading Forex that most of you have not understood is the fact that you can never miss an opportunity. I'm just going to write that down. I want to write that down for you. When trading Forex, you can never miss an opportunity. You just can't. You can never miss an opportunity. Because if you strengthen and widen your horizons for trading plan, if you just open up the door with your trading plan, you can factor in other times, right? So for me, like I know that morning push, like I usually like to get in right for that 6 a.m. Right when that 6 a.m. candle hits, boom, I like to be in and be out, like literally for the day. You could just be in and out for the day, first 15-minute candle. However, with my trading plan, I know that if I miss that 6 a.m., then there's probably a 7 a.m., there might be an 8 a.m., there might be a 9 a.m. If there's nothing from 6 till 9, then when the new 4-hour candle opens by 10 a.m., I've got to push. Something's going to happen by that time, right? So that's what my trading plan involves, is just following that higher time frame momentum. Now, when we look at market structure, so I'm asleep, right? Of course, there's plenty of opportunity. My profit target would have already been hit of 10. That's really my profit target, 10 pips per position. Of course, we exceed that, right? We go all the way down to 12, 13 pips-ish, right? Now, so I wake up and I notice what's going on. I'm up around like 7:30 now. And then I'm just kind of waiting and I'm assessing the market. So what did we have? We had price making a lower high here. It's still a lower high, but then it did my 2-1 confirm. So now we've got this lower low, right? Because at this point, this looks like, oh, this could be a potential higher low to keep going up, right? So what matters is how the next candles finish. So you can see how we're coming down. We're failing to go up. We're coming down. Now, if this 15-minute candle would have really closed way up here, I would have been a little freaked out. I would have said, okay, well, I don't think we're going down. At least not yet. Let's wait for more confirm. Because if this candle would have came all the way up here and closed and then made a small pullback, I would say that this is 2-1 confirm to go up. And we're just going to continue going up. But for this scalp that I did, price made, we can even go as far as, like on my Instagram, it says higher high, which I'll go as far as putting that. Because if I'm looking for 2-1 confirm, this is my favorite way that I'm trading. So I got this highest high. It's still lower than here, but it becomes a lower low and then a lower high. This just fails to break, right? This is failing to break. It closed very small, and I know that there's going to be like a push. Because when a new hour candle is about to open, usually there's a push right before or there's a push right when it opens, right? So as you can see, like right before, boom, we just tank. And then what does it do? It goes right back up, literally. right when the new hour candle opens. So here's right for 8 a.m. You can see. So in 15 minutes, price goes up another 10 pips. So this is where you can never lose an opportunity in trading comes in, right? So now we have a clear rejection, right? We have a clear rejection. And then what does price do? Just continues in the momentum, right? Continues in the momentum. So there's no opportunity throughout the day that you cannot miss trading long as you follow your trading plans. So my trading plans are really spotting 2-1 confirms and higher time frame momentum. So for me, the thing was this. Well, we have such rejection. Why not follow higher time frame momentum? Zone. I mean, this is the zone, but the next zone it's going to is obviously here. And as you can see on the 4-hour time frame, we hit that zone, right? Because we know that it went the 20-something pips, right? Just to the next zone. Just looking left. Just looking left. So we fulfilled the destination. We fulfilled the profit target. And this is how I executed. So just to do another recap, we've got price is in clear momentum. We're going down. Lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, right? This whole gig, knowing that 6 a.m. has a push. Now we've got lower high, knowing 6 a.m. has a push. So then look, 5:45 looks exactly the same, right, by 6. So even by 5:45, just the 6 is 23 pips in the first 15 minutes of 6 a.m. It literally looks almost exactly the same. We've got a nice drop. We've got a nice drop. And then we've got a pullback. And then we've got a pullback. It literally looks almost exactly the same. So you can see how you just can't lose an opportunity with trading. And that's one thing that I see many traders thinking is, oh, it looks like it's going up, so I'm gonna get in. Like you see this long wick, like this whole wick comes up here, and people are maybe entering buys. Okay, we're just going up, we're going up. But you didn't wait for the candle to close. So look what it did. It closed low. With me, I had about a minute left before this candle closed. So I'm stacking my entries, and it even pulls up a little bit, and I stack another entry. Just because I have pretty good confirm that we're going down. The currency meter, the US dollar was much stronger than the euro was, right? The US dollar was much stronger than the euro was. So this was already my cheat sheet saying, okay, we're probably going down, Kyle, right? We're probably going down. So let's wait for confirm. And we had it. We had the lower low, lower high, 2-1, confirm, 25 pips per position in one 15-minute candle. Close them, take your money and run. Get out, be done for the day. There's nothing more that you got to do, right? You can catch one of these a week. If you caught one of these a week, if you caught 4 of these a month, you literally can have any money you want trading in the foreign exchange market. Just being able to catch one trade a day. Focusing on one session a day, one pair, one trade a day. That's it. For myself, understanding that I've got a currency meter, I like to trade USD Jappy, and I like to trade Euro USD for the most part. But if you're going to go as far as saying, you know what, this works on any time frame or any pair. It doesn't matter the pair. GBP Jappy is going down right now. Let's go look. Right now, it should be going down. See? Just following the currency meter, following those higher time frames, understanding that. Let's see what that 4-hour even looked like on GJ this morning. It didn't look like it was much, but let's get an idea. Okay. So we finished off. Look how we finished off as well, right? We finished off super strong. So we're potentially coming down still. However, we did have a major liquidity. This is why I don't trade GJ that much, because with GJ, you really have to have patience. If you just enter too soon on GJ without pure confirm, you're going to have something like a freaking 41 pip liquidity wick or whatever. GJ moves real wild for me. So I tend to stay away from GJ personally. Those of you who can trade GJ, you're amazing. Honestly, you're just amazing. You guys amaze me. I'd rather stick with USD Jappy. USD Japanese move is much cleaner. However, when we're trading using these currency meters, we can legitimately just say, well, which pair is weak? Okay, we've got the AUD has been weak. It's probably been weak all morning. Japanese is strong. So let's go look at AUD Jappy. Boom. What do we got here? Let's see what let's look at the hour time frame. Let's see how the hours finished off. Okay, perfect. Wick to go fill. See right here, by 7 a.m. to 8. Now we've got a wick to go fill following momentum, right? This huge pull down. This had to have been news. Then what does it do the next hour? Just comes right back up. By 7, we come down, and now we left a liquidity wick to fill. We can see the currency meter. AUD is weak. Japanese is strong. We just keep it basic. Now we've got a wick to go fill. Let's look what that looked like on the 15-minute time frame. Perfect. All right, so 6:30, boom, boom, failed to break, coming down. This is pretty nice confirm that we're going down. We broke support, right? We break support. Now we've got a wick range to go fill. Look, comes up, comes down, stays down, stays down, just following the momentum. What time is it? Almost 9. Just, you can see from 8 till 9. And then now, of course, 9 is going to open, potentially. We can see it drop all the way down to the zone. But when you're scalping, it's just keeping the trading plan, right? So it looks like AUD Jappy. It might not move as volatile as some other pairs. I don't trade AUD Jappy. But when you're factoring in these currency meters, like, okay, AUD is really weak, Japanese is really strong. Okay, well, price is making a lower. This becomes 2-1 confirm for me, right? And then now we've got a liquidity wick to go fill. But now we have pure confirm because price broke structure. Even if you're catching 9 pips per position, that's already my profit target range almost. All we got to do is go to here, plus spread, maybe 11 pips because of spread. That's it. That's all we got to go. In 1 hour, we're in and out done trading, following currency meters, etc. Let's look at, okay, CAD Jappy. CAD Jappy is tanking right now. I've never even looked at this pair before. But it's not like you still can't read it. Right? CAD Jappy is just tanking right now. Right? What do we got? What do we got? Low, slow here. Right? This is the 2-1 confirm right here. Lower high. See how small it is? See how strong the rejection is? And then see how small the pullback is? Just becomes 2-1, right? Right? Let's see how much CAD Jappy's dropped. Significant. Whoa, our profit target has been well exceeded. And then you can see it just fails to break. It comes down, leaves more wicks to go fill. It creates another just lower high-ish, right? We just lower high. We're just failing to break. Let's see what the hours look like. Oh, perfect. Continuation of momentum, right? Look how the 7 o'clock left us. Okay, so follow the momentum. We've got a wick to go fill. The currency meter is telling us that CAD is weak and Japanese is super strong. You guys don't, it doesn't take like rocket science to trade. You can literally do what I do on any pair. If you just wanted to trade based off the currency meter, I'm not going to lie to you, with following higher time frame momentum, you can. Just by looking for hour wick fills, 4-hour wick fills, continuation of momentum, right? This is what it looks like. Like we've got strong support here. We broke the support. Look how strong we broke the support. So the next hour, where do you think it's gone? You just follow the momentum. Of course, having your zones drawn up so you can see where the destination targets are. But it's literally just keeping it that simple, guys. Like the way that I trade, like in a way, it like almost cheats just by using the currency meter. You can trade any pair you want. Honestly, you can literally wake up in the morning. You can see where the euro is weak, where the dollar is strong, where the Australian dollar is strong, where the New Zealand dollar is weak, and you can combine any pair you want. And you can just say, okay, I know the morning's going to have a push. I know the beginning of 4-hour candles, there might be a push. I know the beginning of hour candles, there might be a push. And you can just size it up and say, well, if the CAD is this weak and the Japanese is this strong, or the US dollar is this strong, CAD USD is going down. Or no, it's USD CAD, so we're going up. And CAD Jappy, we're going down, right? It's just the way Forex is. It becomes very simple. So for me, I'm just sharing my knowledge with you guys. Of course, I don't give every bit of how I trade. Of course, I got to save the real secrets for my students. But for the most part, applying this currency meter, I'm in particularly looking for weak pairs versus strong pairs because it's just easy. So if we know that the beginning of the hour candles makes a push, like literally the beginning of 1 hour candles are amazing to trade because you can have wick fills, continuation of momentum, etc. And look what we had. By 7:15, we've got our first 2-1 confirm. Sells, right? As long as we were higher time frame bias. We got to make sure that we're always higher time frame or somewhat biased. So we were not at this point anywhere of confirm higher time frame besides having a nice bullish pullback. So then it's just going bull to bear, right? So it's strong to weak. A lot of times we'll see that for the most part. If you have a strong rejection, like if we have like Euro USD, for example, it's the same thing. We had such a strong drop, right? Now look at what Euro USD is doing. We're going right back up, probably for that daily, right? Because now we can continue just to go up. You might finish a little green here today, and then by Sunday we might have a continuation of bullish trend. All right? But what do we have? We have strong drop, 25 pips, hit the support zone, and then the next hour it went up. Look, for literally 1 hour, it went up the exact same amount of pips that we dropped for the most part. A little less, of course, but you can still see there's no opportunity you can miss trading. So let's go back to CAD Jappy. Just to kind of wrap it up for you guys. We got lower high. We broke support again. Let's look at that 4 hour time frame. I didn't even look at the 4 hour yet. Oh. Two finished off here. Look at this whole wick range that we potentially have to go fill. This whole wick range. If we're going to continue in momentum. Well, look what the daily looks like. The daily must be strong bearish. Yeah, pretty strong. Yeah, we're just going to keep going down to the low side. If we break this support, we're just going down. We've got other ranges that we're going to go touch, right? If we break that support, we're just going down. So we're kind of like on this nice little support zone area. But if we break this, like today, if we close below, we have another range to go fill. We're just going down if you guys trade CAD Jappy. Potential zone areas in the that we can go to. The next major one would probably, I would say, around this zone here. You can just look left and see, okay, well, we've got area price has been. It's kind of nice. It's the end of this candle. This is the next zone that price can go to. But this is my cheat sheet, guys, right? This is what I teach my students. This is how I trade. And we trade at the same times throughout the day so we can catch the same pushes together. It really becomes that simple. So moving forward, if you guys follow higher time frame momentum, you can really get used to any pair. If you just know, like, okay, well, the higher time frame is telling us that we're going bearish, and we're making a nice pullback on the 15-minute time frame. Like, if we know we're bearish, like, oh my God, we know that we're bearish, right? So now we have a huge pullback. So then we wait for more confirm. So by 7 o'clock, we had strong the rejection, and then we had 2-1 confirm by 7:15. So there was your confirm, that continuation of your bearish momentum, right? It becomes that simple, guys. Just by following your higher time frames at optimal times. Like if you guys are trading like in different parts of the world where you like my London session is from 12 a.m. till 8 a.m. So my London session, I'm asleep most of London session. But you can see like London session, all the way through London session, price dropped 38 pips all the way through London session going into this morning. Like London session just closed an hour ago, right? But you can see it dropped 40 pips just from London Open. Pre-London Open, here's your pre-push. If you guys watch my videos, you know how I look for pre-pushes. There's your pre-push into the London Open. Like, look how many pips that was for the pre-push. You're done already. An hour before a London Open, you're already done for the pre-push. You get in and you get out if you're scalping. You put 10 positions on, you caught 100 pips, right? You're done. This is what I focus on 10 pips for. Because if we stack up 20 entries, 30 entries, 100 pips, 200 pips, 300 pips, 400 pips, you know, you can catch 1,000 pips in just a few minutes. Like if I would have put like 50 entries this morning, would have caught like up to 1,000 pips, like just for it dropping what it dropped. So moving forward, guys, pay attention to the higher time frames. That's it. If you need help, reach out. You guys who follow my YouTube or my Instagram, like you guys know where to find me. I'm just gonna put my Facebook at Kyle Bray. My Instagram, I already put it, but Wolf of Forex, right? Twitter, I don't use it that often. I'm starting to use it a little bit, but I think it's my name too, Kyle Bray. Of course, my email, if you guys want to email me. Some people just feel more comfortable, so email me. This is one of my personal emails, wolfswagen@icloud.com. You guys can reach out to me anywhere you want. If you guys need a little bit extra help with trading plans or what to do, just reach out. Because as much information as I put out, you know, you guys still need like mentorship. Like people need mentors. They need mentors who are helping them, because no matter what, like you can't do it alone. I don't believe that there's not a single person on this planet that is self-made. I don't believe in self-made. There is not a single person on this planet that has not used somebody else to get to where they needed to be. It's impossible. It's absolutely impossible. We are a creation that is meant to use each other. Not for our own self-gain, but we're supposed to use each other to build each other up. We were made for fellowship. We were made for community. So if you're in a Forex community where nobody's helping you, well, that's not good. I don't recommend mentor hopping. I don't recommend like just going from mentor to mentor. That's not something that I recommend. But I do recommend reaching out to your mentors and asking for extra help. That's something that I do recommend. If you need help, reach out. Say, I need help. Can you please help me? Can you please make time? There's a lot of negativity going around with a lot of mentors online right now that I see on Instagram, where they're not helping. So don't like, one thing that I notice is if you're only following pages that are posting profits and they're not posting chart analyses, or they're not posting like group efforts or something, I mean, that's something to be mindful of, guys. It's something to be mindful of, because anybody can just post profits. Like, okay, you post profits. Like, what is that? But are you even helping your students out, right? It could be a fake account. It could be a demo account. So make sure that you follow the right mentors. Make sure you follow the right momentum. And don't be ashamed to reach out. Like, if you guys message me right now, I'm going to get back to you as soon as I can. And I'm not going to be rude. I'm just going to love you as much as I can, and I'm going to help you out as the best that I can. So it's just very important to reach out to the right people, and don't just be like extremely gullible, right? Reach out, ask for help, and make sure that you're in the right community, right? So if you guys are going to be watching 9:10, I've got a webinar in 2 hours. I'm going to post another Instagram on it. I do weekly free webinars if you're new. So I'm going to start that up soon. I'm going to make another Instagram post on that. But if you guys follow me on these pages, you'll be able to stay tuned with my webinars weekly. I like to go over entries. I like to go over what I did, what I looked for, how I executed. Today's kind of Friday Madness. I'm just going to go over what the week did, answer questions. But anyways, thanks for watching, you guys. I enjoy what I do. Just stay tuned.